Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a hypnosis session created for a very competent communicator that had a temporary loss of confidence. And sometimes I see this in people that hold themselves to very high standards, that if they don't quite meet their very high standards, there can be a feeling of that there's something wrong, that there is some kind of fault or inadequacy. And the problem with that evaluation is that it increases the probability of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if you make the evaluation that there's something wrong with you, then anything that happens that is detrimental to the required level increases anxiety, and it increases the pressure on the next occasion. And you see that with high-performing sports people. If they're playing tennis, basketball, football, and they miss certain kind of key shots under pressure, that then actually increases the pressure the next time they're in a similar situation. And it isn't that they lack the capabilities, it's that the evaluation about their ability to perform in that context then creates increased adrenaline, increased cortisol, which then increases the probability of another performance that falls below their very high standards. And you get these loops that feed on themselves. So in this hypnosis session, what you're actually going to be listening to is a lot of suggestions linked to the idea that they already have the capabilities and that the resources are now being unlocked and accessed to utilize the capabilities and the competency that is already there. It's linked to communication in this context because a lot of people have had the experience of they do one speech or one presentation or they're in one social situation and it goes wrong. And then that creates this feeling of trepidation about any similar situations. Whereas actually, if you ring-fenced whatever happened as a blip, rather than evidence of a fault or inadequacy, it would just be a blip. So that's the nature of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The reaction is proportionate not to the event, but to the meaning that you give the event. If you're struggling with public speaking or any kind of communication confidence, there will be a link in the show notes that you can schedule a free consultation call to explore working with me. But you might find that this session, which is all about being a calm, confident, composed communicator, might actually be quite helpful for you, even if some of the suggestions aren't quite right because they were created for someone else. There might be enough of them to actually be quite helpful. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, just imagine breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. Feel that feeling of resourcefulness go in through your nose, into your lungs, And as you exhale, accept the idea that any worries, any stress, any tension is leaving your body on that outward breath. Breathing in resources, exhaling tension. As you breathe in and breathe out, just start to notice where tension may be lurking in you. Could be tiny muscles around your eyelids, eyebrows, forehead. Could be in your jaw. Could be in the tiny muscles around your neck and your throat. So as you breathe in that relaxing feeling of resourcefulness, allow those muscles to relax. As you do so, I want you to imagine a red helium balloon on a string. Perhaps you could imagine that bright red helium balloon just floating there on a string. As you breathe in and breathe out, just imagine what it would be like for your head to feel like that bright red helium balloon. Almost like your head is just effortlessly hovering over your neck, on your shoulders, allowing yourself to just release any tension in your neck, your shoulders, your arms. Just feeling as you're breathing in and breathing out, just so light, so relaxed, so calm, so comfortable. Feeling increasing levels of lightness. And as you breathe in, feelings of calmness, composure, preparedness, and you allow any feelings of incompetency, worry, overthinking to just leave your body. I want you to feel that that bright red helium balloon is changing color. And maybe you've played with computer software like Photoshop or Paint, and you've changed one color to another color. And I want you to imagine that bright red helium balloon is just changing to a color that represents coolness and composure. Maybe a pale blue, maybe a soft yellow. And notice that as the color of that balloon in your imagination changes color, it feels that you can breathe deeper from your diaphragm. It feels that your blood pressure is lowering in your face. You're breathing deeper effortlessly. And just feel the sensation of coolness and relaxation like a wave washing over your face. Feeling so calm, so comfortable, so relaxed. With each breath, you sink into a tranquil state where calmness washes over you, empowering you to communicate with unwavering composure and feel that composure within you. Your mind is a wellspring of resourcefulness, always ready to provide you with the right words and ideas, allowing you to communicate effortlessly. When you think about what you've achieved in your career, acknowledge that you are already a black belt in communication. You're just a black belt that temporarily lost connection with all those skills and capabilities that you already have at your fingertips. So feel a sense of capability washing over you as you approach every conversation with confidence, knowing that you are fully equipped to navigate any situation. Like a skilled captain guiding a ship, you steer your conversations or presentations with poise and precision, always aware of the direction you intend to take. You don't need to prepare, but sometimes you can prepare, and it becomes your secret ally, giving you a feeling of sense that readiness is settling within you, ready to face any communication that comes your way. A conversation, a debate, an argument, or a confrontation. Is the kind of thing that you look forward to, testing your skills, but most of all, triggering that resourceful state. When communication takes place, your focus is on the people you're communicating with. No inner dialogue inside your own head, allowing your mind to access the right words, communicated in the right way, effortlessly. When you drive, you don't think about driving. When you walk, you don't think about walking. And when you communicate, you don't need to think about communication. You can trust that you already have the skills required. Every word you speak flows effortlessly, like a soothing melody, leaving you feeling centered and connected in each interaction. As you communicate, you tap into your inner well of calmness, drawing from it to maintain your composed demeanor, regardless of the situation. You are comfortable with pauses, comfortable with silence. It's a sign of strength. Because your mind is a reservoir of capabilities, and you can draw from this reservoir to respond thoughtfully, assertively, and confidently in every conversation. If things go well, it's evidence that you have the capabilities. And if things don't go the way that you want, it's an opportunity to learn and get better. Heads you win, tails they lose. In this game, you either win or you learn, but either way you're better off than you were before. You step into each communication with a sense of calm assurance, embracing your role with a sense of cool, calm composure. And this serenity within you becomes your foundation, allowing you to approach communication with clarity and presence, fully prepared to engage with others in a composed and resourceful manner. Breathe in and breathe out, and I want you to imagine seeing a future version of you with all of these resources in the situations that used to rattle you in the past. See the future version of you prepared, calm, and composed. You welcome unexpected invitations to speak. See yourself calm and composed, relaxed in these situations, allowing the principle of a self-fulfilling prophecy to work for you. That as you make the evaluation that all along you had the capabilities but were not connected to the resources. Therefore, now that you're connected to the resources, all of those capabilities you had all along are now unlocked, available at your fingertips whenever you need them most. And if your unconscious mind accepts that this was never about a lack of capabilities, just a lack of feeling of being resourceful in that moment, just let me know by nodding your head. It takes time to learn capabilities, but you can feel resourceful in a moment simply by making the evaluation that you have the resources that you need to be calm and composed and articulate, and that you enjoy communicating. You are a natural communicator. As your unconscious mind accepts these suggestions to be true, you are unlocking all of those capabilities that have been temporarily withheld. They are now available to you. And whether you have an upcoming event to communicate or an impromptu occasion, these resources are now unlocked, available, ready for you to use whenever you need them most. Breathe in and breathe out and feel like you're returning to the present with all of those resources available. That the evaluations of the past were just false evaluations based on an incorrect belief. Some people think of fear as the acronym false evidence appearing real, and that's all it was. You never lacked the capabilities. You just weren't accessing the most resourceful version of you. You have now unlocked those resources. And in unlocking the resources, you've unlocked those capabilities. And now you are looking forward to putting them to use. As you return to the present, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, feeling like you're completely connected to you in the present, and feel that sense of coolness, calmness, and composure already within you. Breathing deep in the diaphragm, ready to communicate in any context. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling resourceful, confident, optimistic, with a bring it on attitude for any communication in the future. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.